Conclusion inevitable.
It was a jump to conclusions, Matt.
My conclusion was that this idea was not a practical deterrent.
My only conclusion can be that it was a Sith Lord.
In conclusion.
Hello there, folks! Welcome back to In Conclusion, the only movie podcast that likes to surprise their host with secrets immediately before recording the intro. I'm Dan O'Keefe, and I got all flustered, and joining me today is Anna Otto. Anna, what's your secret?
Culver's is selling merch.
They have a merch store?
Yeah, they have an actual merch store, and it made me think of you, and I forgot to send it to you.
Like a brick and mortar store or online?
No, online. But they're getting on that trend of like selling like cute clothes that are branded.
Okay.
You can get a Culver's blanket.
That's interesting.
I feel like you'd like that. Yeah.
Culver's online Butterburger Boutique.
Yes, the Butterburger Boutique. The Butterburgy Boutique.
Okay, I'm checking it out right now. I want to see what the hot stuff that they got on it is.
I'm pulling it up.
Because this is much more important than the movie that we're talking about. They got socks, bucket hats, a tiny Curtis plush. I like mine big.
Ugh, I'm allergic.
A Culver's mugs. Oh, they got a lot of stuff, actually.
Yeah, they got some cute stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of expensive, but it's for fun. The dog bandana, dying.
I'm going to get Culver's distressed joggers.
What? That sounds so cozy, though, Loki.
They're just joggers with the Culver's logo on the thigh.
Ooh.
But not running up and down like I wish. It's just small and across.
The Culver's crew neck is kind of giving.
Also,
please, not the Culver's cropped hoodie.
For those of you who are not from the Midwest and are listening, A, how did you find this podcast?
Yeah,
and
welcome.
B, Culver's is a restaurant chain that sells cheese curds and hamburgers. Not hamburgers, butter burgers.
Yeah, Dan.
My apologies.
You know better.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
As these original Culver's stan, you know better.
The Stan.
Oh, jeez,
Sedan.
Louise. Yes.
Anyway, speaking of Louise, the movie that we're talking about today, unfortunately, is The NeverEnding Story 2, the next chapter.
I'm going to say something right off the bat. I got to get it off my chest. The dad actor, the Dactor, if you will, he's a DILF.
Well, he is the Flash.
Yes! Gage and I had that discussion, because, Gage loves superheroes.
I do. He was also in Dawson's Creek. He was a dad in Dawson's Creek, right? I love
moody.
it. Anyway, yeah, NeverEnding Story 2, the next chapter, should be called...
Literally. Should be called... It was fine.
Yeah. Directed by George Miller. Not George Miller, the Australian filmmaker born in 1945, who directed Mad Max and Fury Road and Happy Feet.
My brain went right to Ezra Miller, actually. How scary.
That's terrifying.
The Flash.
No,
Flash
this George Miller was born in Australia in 1943.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, and he is known for directing such films as A Mom for Christmas, starring Olivia Newton-John, Gross Misconduct, starring Naomi Watts, Andre, about a child's encounter with a seal. What?
Are these all Hallmark movies?
No, this is a real movie. This was Andre. It's like a kid, and then there's a seal doing a Weekend at Bernie's sort of thing. What?
Okay.
Anyway.
Also, I'd like to take a second to apologize. Jester grabbed the loudest toy that she has and is currently squeaking it. So if you can hear that, that's what
I figured it was Andre the seal. Found your house.
Actually, there is a seal in my home.
Yeah. George Miller, who directed this, also directed The Aviator. Not that one.
There's another one?
from 1985, starring Christopher Reeve and Rosanna Arquette.
Oh, is she related to Patricia?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's her
okay,
sister.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, just making sure. I only know Patricia.
David Arquette was married to Courtney Cox.
Oh yeah, I forgot about David Arquette.
And he was in Scream, right?
Yes, I watched Scream one
Yeah.
time, but he was not the one I was excited about. So
He's
this
also
is a Matthew Lillard household.
Okay. Anna was talking to me earlier, and she mentioned something about Scooby-Doo, and I was like, I don't hold a special place in my heart for the Scooby-Doo movies. Like, I watch
the
them,
fuck
but
is
I don't
wrong with
care.
you?
They were fine. They were not a major part of my childhood.
Well, okay, clarification. So first of all, yes, we are Matthew Lillard household. Yes, he was kind of hot in that movie. We are also a Skeet Ulrich household.
Okay.
So those are my Scream hotties. And also, Matthew Lillard is big in the D&D community, so I'll leave it at that.
D&D standing for Dungeons and Dragons.
Of course. But of course. And, you know, I thought I told you Gage loves Dungeons and Dragons. Did you not know that?
No, I did.
Yeah, so Gage, you know, he gravitates towards celebrities like Matthew
Nerds.
Lillard and
Dorks.
people married to Sofia
Geeks.
Vergara. Yes.
I only care about people married to Sofia Vergara. Anyway, NeverEnding Story. Screenplay by Karen Howard, who does not have a Wikipedia page. Starring Jonathan Brandis, Kenny Morrison, Clarissa Burt, John Wesley Shipp, Martin Umbach, and it says Donald Arthur as Falcor, the voice of Falcor, but the Wikipedia page goes to a former United States Navy Medical Corps Vice Admiral, and I am absolutely certain that whoever put this on the Wikipedia page is wrong.
They did it as a joke.
Right?
And nobody ever caught it.
It's just a different Donald Arthur that they found.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Released on October 25th, 1990 in Germany and February 8th, 1991 in the US. I don't know what the budget was, but it made $17.4 million at the box office. Definitely less than the first movie.
Oh, yeah.
And on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 14% approval rating.
I'd like to give you a hot take. There were some parts of this that had me going, wow, this is better than the first one. And then 2 seconds later, it would be like, wait, never mind, this sucks.
Yeah. I also think it's better than the first one.
Thank you. And it's
Like,
not just
Jonathan Brandis
is
it's because the dad is hot. No, that's a reason. And because Jonathan Brandis is charismatic. I think that's it.
That's the kid, right?
Yeah, the main kid. The one who
He
was
was
in It.
so precious. He was in It?
Yeah, he was young ponytail.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh. I knew he looked familiar.
Interesting, right?
Interesting. He was young John Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
He was also in he also did the voiceover of Pet Cemetery at the beginning of the movie.
The new one or the old one?
The old one, the original.
I love Pet Cemetery. It's Pet Cemetery season, bitches. Oh,
What?
get out your undead cats. It's Halloween. Almost. It's not actually
Almost. It's September 8th. I'm on the same train with you. But, like, it's not Halloween yet. Halloween is all of October. It's still it's fall. It's September.
I fell prey to the Target dollar section because they were selling little jars of, like, cute craft supplies that were labeled, like, dragon scales and spider legs, and I bought some.
Okay. That's good. I'm proud of you. I also...
Thank you, Dan.
I felt proud.
You bought a ghost, Dan.
I bought a ghost, correct. I did get a ghost from TJ Maxx because TJ Maxx is full force fall.
I know. I gotta get a Michaels.
I'm here for it. I'm a fan.
Yes.
Yeah. NeverEnding Story 2. This was bad.
It was bad.
In an equal way as the first one. deathy.
It's bad. I liked it a little better because I liked that he was actually in the world. And I know...
Instead of just reading.
Yeah, if I'm going to read, why don't I just go read by myself? You know what I mean? I can crack open a book. I don't need somebody to do it on a screen for me.
Is listening to an audiobook reading?
I listened to Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children this year, and I put it on my past read books, but I feel dirty about it. Does that answer your question?
So is that a yes or a no?
Exactly.
I'd say it is. I think it is.
I feel like I finished the book, but my eyes didn't do the work. My ears did.
Yeah, I'd say it counts.
Okay, then I'm keeping it on my list of books I read this year. Thank you, Dan, for that reassurance.
You're welcome. Don't... I will gladly be your confirmation for Goodreads whenever you need.
Thank you, Dan. It is for Goodreads. How did you know?
Because what else would you be tracking what you're reading on?
You're right.
Your notes app? That's just for apologies.
Yeah. Oh.
Which I have to constantly post for things that I say on this podcast.
Shut up. Do you really?
I would like to formally apologize to everybody who is offended by me saying the notes app is strictly for posting apologies. It is also for writing down your grocery lists and then putting the apology underneath. Thank you. Can you tell that I really don't want to talk about this movie?
Let's just plunge through it, and then we can talk about Pet Sematary instead.
I have never seen Pet Sematary.
Who suggested that? That sounds like a great idea. Oh
you did.
Oh my god, I love Pet Sematary. Did you know?
You've never said it before.
Never.
Never.
I'm not looking at my Gage and Church Pop Funkos right now as we speak. Not at all.
Gage and Church Pop sounds like an anime.
It does, because it sounds like Gage and Church is one word.
Right? Gage and Church Pop?
Yeah.
That'd be better than this. Fine. NeverEnding Story.
We can do it, Dan.
Bastian.
Hold your hand metaphorically.
Bastian's back, and he's shirtless, and he's 10. So get your heads
out of the gutter. The kid in the Speedo kind of had me laughing, though. I'm not going to lie.
Also, so he's trying out for the swim team, but he's afraid of heights, so he can't jump off the diving board. I was on the swim team. We never touched the diving boards.
Wasn't dive a separate sport?
Yeah, it's a completely different sport.
Exactly. Because all the gymnasts at my school did dive during the gymnastics off season.
Yeah, no, swimming, the highest you get is the blocks to dive in. You never go on a diving board.
That's what I thought. I also thought it was kind of unsafe and weird to have literal, like, not even high schoolers, just children jumping off a high dive.
Okay, it's not. How old were you when you first went off the high dive?
I'd never gone off a high dive because I have a healthy fear of breaking my neck in the water.
Wow, sounds like you have acrophobia. You know who else has acrophobia? Bastian Balthazar Bucks.
Yes. I, Anna Balthazar Bucks, am also afraid of the heights.
Like, 10-year-olds jump off of the high dive. Even younger than that. Once you work up the confidence to do it.
Well, there's the problem.
Yeah, that's... Figured it out right there. So, he goes home and he tells his dad that he didn't make the swim team. And his dad's like, why are you dressed like shit, too?
Yeah, the dad was being mean for... I mean, I know I said he was a dilf, but he was being mean for literally no reason. It's like he was trying to bully his own child.
Yeah. It's called a tie. People wear it when they want to look nice. Maybe you should try it instead of that rag that you have on.
I was like, not the rag. Dang.
The rag that was made by his dead mom that the dad doesn't remember.
I mean, it was looking really crusted and busted. I think somebody should have said, maybe we put that away. If it's special to you, you can keep it, but we don't wear it anymore because it's got gaping holes in it.
That's private clothes. Public clothes, we wear ties. He's got to show up to school wearing a tie and just get bullied for that next.
I would bully him. First in line.
Absolutely.
Nice tie. Where'd you get it? The tie store? Thank you.
You're a horrible bully.
I'm a great bully.
No, what you do is you grab the tie, you drag them over to your locker, you throw the tie over the top, and then you close your locker door. And they're
My
locked
mouth is
there.
agape, dear listener. My mouth is agape.
Hey, if you want to bully someone, you got to bully him right.
Okay, well, I was the bullied in high school.
Listen up,
or not high school,
children.
grade school.
Listen up, children listening to this podcast. If you're gonna bully someone, lean in. Put
Them.
your whole
Put
bullicy
your shoulder
into it.
them. No, not the bullicy. Not the bullicy.
So Balthazar is like, man, I gotta go visit the bookstore again. He tries to get a how-to book, an advice book, and Coriander basically goes, if you want an advice book, go jump off a bridge.
Literally,
Kill
Coriander
yourself.
is doing the absolute most.
Right?
And then he, like, still smiles. He bullies children, and then he's like, I taught him a lesson. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna read that book and have a great time.
I'm good. I'm a
Why
good
is he-
person for this.
He literally gatekeeps for fun.
And gaslights.
He girl bosses.
He is the idol. He's the ideal woman.
I want to be like him.
Me too. So Balthazar takes the NeverEnding Story again, and he hears the childlike Empress calling out to him for aid. Not the
gross.
child Empress, the childlike Empress.
She gives me the ick. Even in this movie, she gave me the ick. In the last movie, it's a new actress, and I still got the ick.
Yeah, she is played in this film by Alexandra Jones. I say it like that because it's Johnes, who is more of a
Interesting.
producer now than an actor.
She peaked, so I get it.
She produced The Mars Generation and like a documentary producer.
Oh, you know who else is a documentary
and
producer?
executive produced The Witch.
Like the Vavitch?
The Vavitch, yeah.
Okay, girl, pop off. That movie was
Yeah,
great,
right?
I heard.
Good for her.
I haven't seen it yet, but I heard it was really good.
Yeah. Who else is a producer?
Alex Winter. He produces documentaries.
I know. I follow him on Twitter.
I know, so do I.
Wow,
We
look
did it
at
at the same time, Dan.
At Winter.
Oh, we thirsted together, Dan.
I know. So Bastian, he takes the book home, and the amulet comes off of the book cover, and he's like, this is a good sign. And he puts it on, and he goes into Fantasia.
Into the unknown. Yeah,
Into
he
the
does.
unknown. But in Fantasia, there is an evil sorceress named Zaid? I don't remember.
I literally did not catch her name till the end of the movie, but her outfits were fierce.
Yeah, Maleficent Jr.
Oh, she was
functionally.
giving.
Yeah. And she wants to erase imagination, make kids
Memories.
unhappy, memories.
She just wants to eat the souls of children so she can stay young forever, obviously. Just like what every woman wants.
Who hasn't tried to do that once or twice?
Amen.
Listen, women, if you're trying to eat the souls of children, what you need to do is find a child wearing a necktie and then go into their school and drag them by the necktie over to an open locker and then close the locker with the necktie over the top. So they're just hanging, just swinging.
And then drink their tears.
Yes. The Weeknd sings Save Your Tears. The lyric is For Another Day in the published version. The original one was For Me to Drink.
Amen. That's how he stays so young.
So
Pretty sure
Bastian,
my neighbor's working out to the weekend right now. Anyway.
Everybody's working for the weekend.
You're right.
Is your neighbor any money?
I feel like I'd be living somewhere nicer if that was the case.
Me too. Maybe my neighbor's any money.
Maybe.
Something I discovered last night was my building has an overnight security guard who
bougie.
patrols outside the garage. And I'm like, why? It's a closed
Dang.
garage.
Maybe somebody's got a nice car in there.
I parked next to a Ferrari.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah, no, people do have nice cars in here. This building's way too nice for us.
Shoot.
Yeah, so Bastian meets a bird-ish creature, a furry named Nimbly.
No, not a furry. Oh.
It is. And Nimbly was sent by Xena,
The warrior
princess, to make Bastian use his wishes. Because every time he uses a wish, he loses his memory. Because he has the Orin amulet, he can make wishes. And when he makes a wish, he loses a memory. And when he loses all of his memories, then Xena will have control over an emptiness.
I'm going to say right now, I know it's a little shaky, but I think this is a better evil plot than just the nothing.
I agree.
Like, we have an actual tangible evil villain.
Mm-hmm.
And she has a motive. Sort of.
Motive means opportunity.
Yeah, and her plot is actually evil. Taking away the memories of a child whose mom is dead. Evil. I love it.
From a certain point of view.
Sorry, my dog's currently trying to climb out the window.
I see that. I'm like, okay. I would say from a certain point of view. However, if the movie never paints her as trying to be sympathetic, but you could paint her in a sympathetic light as she's trying to remove the memories of pain from him. We only see the happy memories that fall out of that ball machine. But if you shift the focus a little bit, could be different.
But I feel like even if you're taking away the memories of pain, you're still taking away, like, important memories. You're taking away those memories of his mom. That's sad. Even though it's like she's sick in bed dying from cancer.
Yeah.
Don't
it's like
you want to still have a memory with your mom?
It's like that song by Fuel. Leave the
like,
memories alone.
Whoa. That was deep.
Bastian, he meets up with Atreyu again, a different actor. This
One
time
who
played
is
by
a little bit more racist than before.
a little bit. And don't worry, this actor's name is Kenny Morrison.
White, playing a native man.
Yes, a little bit of face going on.
A little bit of
A
face.
lot, a whole body.
Thank you.
Yeah, so they run into a group of giants and escape from them. Bug things. And also they're in Silver City, which I'm like, ooh, finally, we're going to the West. So there's a Western TV show set in Silver City.
Ooh.
I'm trying to remember what it is. It's not Bonanza, because that's set on the Bonanza Ranch. Obviously. We all know this. It was on the Constitution test.
Yes.
Whatever. Silver City, it's a poorly constructed Oz.
Love that. Yeah, it is. But I'm glad we're getting to see a city.
Yeah, because you hate rural areas.
That is not true.
That's what you said.
That is what I said. No, I just, like in the last movie, everything was so abstract. And I was like, I really had to work for it.
I hate abstraction.
Literally. I was like, this movie's so artsy. And yet not.
Yeah, so Silver City is mentioned in multiple episodes of The Rifleman.
No.
As being a distance away from North Fork.
Oh, God. You are literally my grandparents.
Hey.
Oh, they loved The Rifleman.
It's a good show. Chuck Connors, he's handsome. He's handsome. He was like 6'5".
Dang, okay, suddenly he's hot.
And he was a professional baseball and basketball player.
Hold the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, Dan, don't say that around too many women. They're going to start asking for his number even though he's dead.
They're going to start asking for his riflussy.
Not the riflussy.
There was one episode of The Rifleman where he was being like tortured and he kind of was like bound up with his wrists above his head against the wall and his shirt was ripped and he was glistening with sweat. It's a hot one.
Maybe I should have stopped leaving the room when my grandparents wanted to watch The Rifleman. I always left the room.
Anna, why are you hyperventilating?
No reason. Just play the
So Xena has a side character named Tri-Face, which is just a person with 3 heads. Kind of
It's
fun.
stupid. He's got more than 3 faces, though.
That's true. It's kind of fun. I'm
I
fine.
had a
with it.
little fun. I still like Nimbly the best, personally.
Yeah, and that's where the memory thing is. Every time that he uses a wish, one of his memories pops out in a little ball that I don't know what they're going to use with them.
They're gonna eat them.
Nothing tastes better like a child's memory.
Mm-hmm.
Visit the Coles Children's Museum. Make a child's memory for dinner. Yeah, so Nimby was sent as a spy to make Bastion unable to remember why he came to Fantasia, because once that happens, Xena wins.
Sad.
So they go out to try and capture her, and when they get to her, they're like, yeah, sure, I'll lead you to the childlike empress, why not?
Oh yeah, she starts like pretending, right? She's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, my lord, come with me," and I'm like, "You slimy little bitch."
Mm-hmm.
She's
I mean,
looking
compared to the rest of
fly.
the characters, big bitch, because she's much taller than everybody else.
She is.
But she's smart. She's the only savvy character in any of these movies so far.
She's the only one with a plan so far. Everybody else
Yeah.
is just vibing.
So as they're traveling to the Empress's castle, she convinces Bastion that his friends are going to turn against him.
Gaslight. When's the
Oh.
gatekeeping and girl bossing gonna start?
I think the friend thing is also gatekeeping, because she's trying to figure out who he can hang out with, who he can be friends with. And then the girl bossing, she's the epitome of girl bossing.
True, you're right. Every look is a serve. Every
This
look
movie-
is a serve.
I love that.
Thank you.
This movie is really just gorgeous, gorgeous girls.
Yes.
The film.
Is this movie a gay icon?
This movie's serving.
Is this movie gay cinema?
I'm waiting for the revival of the NeverEnding Story 2.
Oh my god.
It is camp. It is
Gayer
so
than
camp.
ever. It is camp. This whole movie's camp. Falcor, queer icon.
Why did you say this whole movie's camp like this whole court is out of order?
Because I don't know. Apparently my mouth is not like my tone is not matching my actual feelings today.
Atreyu also notices that they are walking in circles and being led aimlessly. So
Classic.
he picks up on her girl bossing. And as this is all happening, Bastion's dad notices that he's gone. Barney Bucks.
Wow, how fucking special for him that he finally
Right.
opened his eyes and decided to parent.
Yeah, Bastion's dad, played by the actor who was the runner-up for playing the dad on Boy Meets World based on looks alone.
I mean, hotter. Bold take.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He's also younger. He's like 10 years younger than him.
Fair.
He just looks like William Russ. So he finds the NeverEnding Story in Bastion's room, and then he sees a sticker on the front cover, and it's got the bookstore's address. So he goes to the bookstore, and Mr. Coriander's like, You're gonna find the answers in the book. Read a fucking book.
Oh, God.
It's the problem
I
with all you
hate it.
kids these days.
He literally thinks he invented books.
All you
He
want to do
thinks
is
he
go to the
invented
video
reading.
arcade. Yeah, he did. Hey, you can't spell read without coriander.
You're right. My bad. He literally, though, he's always acting like he's like, like he would not have survived like Twilight era.
Mhm.
He would have been like, "This is what you're reading." Ugh. He would have icked himself to death.
Have you ever heard of Robinson Crusoe?
Oh,
Swiss Family Robinson?
please. Haven't you ever heard of the Crucible? You uncultured swines.
Have you never read Mobert Penis?
Mobert penis.
He uses the full names.
Yes. Only I can call him Moby Dick. I know him personally.
We're good friends. I caught him. I have no white whale.
I am. What's his name? Abraham, Ehab,
Ahab?
Aesop. That's the one. Crap.
That's
Oh
it.
god, that was embarrassing.
What's the dude's name from Moby Dick? Ezekiel?
I haven't had any alcohol today.
Alan?
All I've had is a peach lemonade and some water.
Aspartame. Aspartame's looking for his green seal.
Ew.
So Barney leaves, then he comes back at another time with a cop, and the cop is like, there's no bookstore here. There's never been a bookstore here.
Yeah, what the F was that about?
Weird ass magic that pops up only here.
Yeah, literally, the math ain't mathin' on that one.
No. So Barney starts to read the book, and he is surprised that his son's exploits in Fantasia are written in the book, and he's mentioned within.
Gasping, screaming, crying, throwing up.
The NeverEnding Story. So, back in Fantasia, Atreyu figures out what Xena is planning. If you haven't watched it, her name is not Xena. As I said before, I don't know how to say her name because I wasn't paying that much attention to if it was ever pronounced.
It might as well be Xena. I don't even remember. I didn't hear her name a single time until the end. It was probably said, but it just didn't have sticking power.
Yeah. So Bastian is fully persuaded that Atreyu has turned on him. He is his enemy now. And they start to fight. Gaslit. Yeah. They struggle, and Atreyu gets knocked over a cliff and falls to his death.
When I tell you, Dan, that part of the movie had me absolutely shook to my core. Shook to my core. I was not expecting a death. Were you?
No, I wasn't. And then Bastian falls in the water too, and he has to swim.
Yeah?
And he doesn't die.
Don't sound so sad about it.
I wish he did. It would have been more interesting.
The movie would have been done. Finn.
Yeah. Yeah, Finn pops out of the water. It's me, Mobert.
No, Finn, like the end of the movie, like Finn.
So, Bastian, when he returns to Xena, he finds the apparatus with his wish memory thing, and he only has 2 memories left. The memory of his mom and the memory of his dad, which means this guy doesn't know how to walk and chew gum at the same time anymore.
He probably doesn't even know how to spell his own name. How sad.
Yeah, it's not specific about how these memories really work. Like, does he know how to put a shirt on? Is that a memory?
How does he remember what he's doing?
How does he remember to dance like nobody's watching?
Lord.
How does he remember to keep searching for that green seal? Mobert.
Mobert the seal.
So anyway, Bastian... Penis the Seal sounds like a really bad SoundCloud rapper.
Ew, probably.
Yo, Penis the Seal.
I'm getting down.
Hit me with that fat beat.
Msk, 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 msk. Wait, that was a club beat. I don't know. I'm not a rapper.
I can tell. So, Bastian, he uses one of his final 2 wishes that he has, the memory of his mother, to wish Atreyu back to life. He's saying it's something that his mother would have wanted. And then Atreyu gets brought back to life, and Xena tries to make Bastian use his last wish to return home, and also Atreyu is like, think about your mom, and Bastian goes, who? Which is the funniest line of the movie.
Why is that of me rolling right now?
We're supposed to feel, but Atreyu's like, what about your mom? And Bastian is just like, who's that?
The way you said...
Who?
Picturing... Oh, my God. It's like somebody's looking over their head. Who? Hey, Dan.
Little old me.
Someone told me that you remind them of an owl.
Who?
I love it. I'm gonna be laughing. I'm gonna be laying in bed in dead silence, and I'm gonna start laughing. And Gage is gonna be like, "Why are you laughing?" And I'll be like, "You'll find out tomorrow."
I think instead of telling him that, I think he should just respond, "Who?" and have him be more confused. He's like, "You. Who?
Who?" Oh God.
And then giggle.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
So instead of using his last wish to wish himself to go back home, he wishes for Xena to have a heart.
That had me rolling. When I tell you I screamed, my jaw was on the floor. Literally, I was like, not have a heart, and then she's crying?
Yeah, she gets emotion.
You got me feeling emotions.
So
she Mariah Carey.
The emptiness within her is destroyed, and she explodes in a blast of light. And Fantasia is restored.
But how does he get home? Like, riddle me this. How is he getting home?
He has to jump off a cliff, obviously. Which is what he does after he sees the childlike Empress.
Yeah, that's what I would do too. But the math ain't mathin' on that one, Dan.
It's a hole.
Is he falling back to Earth?
Yes. There's a song about it.
Okay.
You may know it.
What's it called, Dan?
It's called 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton. Do you know the chorus? If I could fall into the sky, do you think that Balthazar
would pass me by?
Would pass from Fantasia into the real world?
You're right. Those are the exact words Vanessa hath written onto the page.
Yeah, onto the parchment. Under the stone tablets, the cuneiform.
She dipped her quill.
Oh, whence I shall fall. So he jumps off, he gets home, and the amulet is magically back on the book cover, and he sees his dad, and he's like, I love you, or some shit. I don't know. Then the movie ends, and I turned off my computer.
The dad had absolutely no character development.
He learned to love his son.
Hot dog. He should have learned how to do that from birth.
Nah. What if your kid sucks?
You gotta try.
What if your kid really sucks?
I'm sorry that you gave birth to a lame kid. I'm sorry that you
what if instead of being cool and jumping off the high dive, your kid just like gets really into dumb books for a weird old guy?
You're gonna have to ask my father what it's like to have a lame child.
Yeah, so that's the NeverEnding Story 2. The next and somehow not last chapter.
You know, Dan, I have my metaphorical walking sticks out because I am so weary.
Yeah. I will... There are a lot of negatives about this movie, but there are fewer than the last one. The negatives are a lot more boilerplate. Like...
Yes.
The costumes or the animatronics or the miniatures, there are a lot of them, and some of them look fine, and most of them don't.
They had better actors, I would say. Like the dad and the boy are better.
Yeah, which
the Queen
is considering that they're the main characters. The three main characters are all better actors, so that's an improvement. The guy who plays Atreyu is a worse actor.
Yeah. Also, he's not. He's white, so
yeah. But the one positive, and it's a gigantic positive that this one has over the first one, is that there is a coherent plot.
Yes, we did it, guys. There was an actual start to finish,
beginning, middle, and there is some character development. There is a climax. A villain, as opposed to the concept of nothingness. There was an actual villain.
A villain with motive. We love to see it.
That is such an improvement over it's still a bad movie, but it is such an improvement over the first one.
Amen.
I don't have anything else. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, you kind of covered everything. Like, I liked some parts of it, but I think what I really liked was that there was actually a story that I felt made sense to me. Whereas in the last one, things were just happening. Like, it... That's where I'm at.
A lot of sighs.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I do have some trivia about this.
Okay, hit me. I'm ready.
The character of the rock biter in this movie...
Oh, the baby rock was creepy. Sorry, continue.
Not credited. No one knows who played him.
Oh. He took it to his grave.
Yep.
I would too, TBH.
Thomas Hill, who plays Coriander, is the only actor to return from the previous movie.
Yeah, why didn't they just make it like... Let's put it a few years in the future, and this is Bastion's, like, cousin. I don't know.
Bastion's cousin, bitch.
Yep.
To continue the alliteration that they're doing.
Yeah, or, like, even his son. Like, we could have done an even bigger time jump and set it a little bit in the future, like, with no actual year, and just pretended it was his, like, kid.
Yeah. The reason the production was delayed so much from the first movie was because Michael End, who wrote the book, sued Warner Brothers over his hatred of the first movie, which I love. I love the pettiness of
That's iconic. I mean, with a movie that bad, I would have sued also.
Yeah, and he lost the case, and he called it a gigantic melodrama of kitsch, commerce, plush, and plastic, but he likes this one more than the first.
Wow. He didn't use the word camp even once.
I know. I don't know if Germans have the concept of camp.
Das ist Camp. I don't know. Like,
Das
from
ist
what I
Camp,
understand,
ja.
Germany's pretty gay these days.
That's true.
In a good way.
Yeah. No,
Just
you
to
meant
clarify,
that derogatorily.
I didn't mean to be like derogatorily. No, I meant it in like they're very open and comfortable with like people who
I simply do not care.
Celebrate all different styles of life.
Celebrate your life. I do not care so long as you get to work on time.
Literally! Okay, pop off. Give me a pretzel. Let's go.
There are shots of a trio on horseback. They're recycled from the first movie. Noah Hathaway is playing Atreyu there, and he is not credited.
Trash.
Because of child labor laws, George Miller decided to only rehearse scenes once before filming so they could maximize the time on set. And they also shot with 3 cameras for every scene, like a sitcom.
Oh, yeah.
It's because he was so afraid that they would fall behind schedule, but instead they ended up so ahead of schedule that the effects team had not completed a lot of work for later scenes that they were supposed to be filming.
Oh. Shook.
Jonathan Brandis, who plays Bastion, he had guest starred on an episode of The Flash.
Oh yeah, I think Gage mentioned that. Sometimes Gage tells me things that he just like knows. Sorry.
Sometimes Gage tells you things.
Yeah, we have like
what a relationship.
Of no secrets.
Wow. When this was released in theaters in America, it was preceded by the Bugs Bunny animated short Box Office Bunny.
Cute. I don't know what that is off the top of my head, but I'm here for it.
I don't either. It was the first theatrical Bugs Bunny short since 1964.
Love that. Love that
and
he found his way back to the screen.
It was also the first Looney Tunes Bugs Bunny cartoon where Mel Blanc was not the voice of Bugs, Daffy, or Elmer because he had died 2 years earlier. Instead, it was Jeff Bergman, who is still the voice of Bugs Bunny to this day.
Okay, pop off, Jeff.
Yeah, good for him. Good job, Jeff. Jeff was 30 when he replaced him because he's still doing the voices today.
That's pretty good
job.
gig at 30. Dang.
Right? That is all the trivia that I have. Because nobody gives a shit about this movie.
No, this movie's below par.
Yeah. So, Anna, it's below par, but it's the correct time frame. Would this movie be better, worse, or the same with Jonathan Taylor Thomas from 1991 as Bastion?
So much better. Can you imagine? He'd be.
But Jonathan Brandis isn't bad.
No, he's not bad. I think it would be better and cuter with Jonathan. Jonathan Brandis does have those big baby blue eyes. They are so cute.
Yes.
But JTT was also adorable and a little bit more mischievous. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I think he could have pulled it off and brought his own flair.
Okay, I get that. You're putting it down. I'm picking it up.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think it would have been so much better with Jimmy Stewart as the dad.
But would it have been hotter?
There was a bookstore here.
Oh,
Ask my wife. She's a librarian.
No, it's not Christmas yet, Dan.
It's always Christmas, Anna.
No, Dan.
We are, as of this recording, we are merely 108 days away.
I thought of you this weekend because I was at a craft fair and I was looking at a bunch of stained glass Snoopies, and this woman walks over and goes, "Ugh, it's always Snoopy, never Charlie Brown," and walked away.
Why is it not Schroeder? Damn it.
Literally. Where's Pigpen?
In the dumpster
Literally.
where he lives.
With all the hay.
Yeah, so on a scale of 1 to 5 Mobert penises, what do you give this film?
1. It's
1.
still just fine. Not even fine. It's just, I would not reach for it again.
No. I give it 1.5. It's better than the first, so I have to give it a better score than the first, but just barely.
That's fair. Can I give mine 1.00000025?
And it's just for Jonathan Brandis's baby blues.
Yeah, because he's an adorable child.
Yes. Anna is thirsting for a 14-year-old boy.
I didn't say I was thirsting. I said he was really adorable.
Mm-hmm. What's a synonym for adorable?
Cute?
Hot.
No, Dan. Oh, God. I think my dog is adorable.
What's a synonym for adorable?
Trash monster, because that's what she is.
Perfect. Pigpen.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything else to add before we wrap this, I think, shortest episode of In Conclusion up?
Probably. That's what happens when we watch a short movie and we don't like it.
Yeah. So, that is it for this week's episode of In Conclusion. Thank you for listening. If you want to find us on social media, we're on Facebook and Twitter at And In Conclusion, on Instagram at In Conclusion Podcast. We're on Patreon at patreon.com/inconclusion. You can find me on Twitter at DanO'Keefe86 and on TikTok at NotDanO'Keefe. Anna, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at OptimusPrime818, or you can find me on Twitter at OttoBotsRollOut, capital O for Otto, capital B for Bots, capital R for Roll, and the O in Roll, and the O in Out are zeros. Or you can find me at any craft fairs in the Midwest. All of them. Any of them.
Get hunting, folks. So that is it for this week's episode of In Conclusion. Next week, we'll be back with The NeverEnding Story 3. Either Escape from Fantasia or Return to Fantasia, depending on the country it was released in.
What?
Yep. So get excited for that.
Ugh, I thought you were kidding at first.
No, I'm not. In the meantime, everybody stay safe, have fun, and get vaccinated. Bye-bye.
Bye. You're playing cornhole at your 9 to 5 with your coworkers. If you miss, you can't even swear. You have to go, "Oh, dang."
A Creative Land podcast.